All right, UFC Fight Night, Aspinall versus Tybura, full card breakdown. So, starting in the prelims, we've got Filho versus Baraz. You ever heard of any of these guys?
Well, Rafael Feilho was the one who almost submitted Mohammed Mokaev in the last fight.
Oh, that with the knee bar?
Knee bar,
That
yeah.
was him?
Mm-hmm.
And who's his opponent? I'll
His
get a shirt
opponent,
off.
I never heard of him.
Daniel Perez, he's from Spain, 16-5. Uh, it looks like it's his debut. Because all his
Yeah,
other... Yeah.
he's relatively old though for a flyweight.
How old is he?
34.
Oh, yeah. And it's his debut.
Mm-hmm.
So, just my prediction. Okay, so he's got 3 decisions, 7 TKOs, 6 submissions. And what about Fialho? What's he look like?
He has well, it's his second fight in the UFC.
Second fight, so that was his debut?
Yeah, that was his debut.
Was it short notice? Do you know?
I
might have
don't
been.
remember. I think it was.
Yeah. And he made him crippled after, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he got submitted though in the
Yeah.
last third round. But yeah, the Makaev said he couldn't walk after. He couldn't even walk in the octagon.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at that fight, the significant strikes were, or the total strikes were 79-54, and he got taken down 4 out of 8 times, and he had no takedowns, but that submission. So just based on that I think I'm gonna go with Fialho. What about you?
Yeah, I would go with Feilho too.
All right. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. So we have Bannon versus Brazil, and Bannon doesn't even have a picture. So they're both 29. How about you look at Brazil? I'll look at Bannon.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Braz-
I see Bannon. She's from
Brazil's-
Ireland, from Dublin.
And then Bruno Brazil is from Brazil's second fight in the UFC. She KO'd Denise Gomes.
That's her.
Denise Gomes is actually the one who just knocked out Jasmine Jaguari, who was undefeated.
Oh, when was
Big
that?
favorite. That was last week.
Oh. And then we have Mama B.
See?
Oh yeah. Oh, wait, was that the quick one?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is,
so she's
and
got a
she
quick,
was undefeated, a
Yeah.
big favorite,
Hmm.
and she knocked
That was
out
on the pay-per-view, right?
first 20 seconds.
Fight International Fight Week.
And she got knocked out by Bruno Brazil.
Oh, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
So she got. Okay, so yeah, so so she got a quick turnaround,
Yeah.
and let's see.
No, you're getting confused.
Oh,
She's not fighting.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying she's the one who just beat
Oh.
Yasmin Jaguari, who was undefeated
Oh,
and like a big prospect.
okay. And then Shauna, and then
Shauna Bannon.
yeah, she's Mama B. It says
Uh-huh.
from Dublin, 5-0, and it looks like it's her first fight, but she's coming from Invicta, which is a good organization.
Mm-hmm.
2 TKOs, 3 decisions. So I don't really have much. I don't know what their styles are, but
Yeah.
who would you go with?
I'm going to go with Bruna Brazil just because I know she has knockout power. It's women's.
Mm-hmm. All right, and it looks like she's a black belt, Mama B. I have no idea on this one. I guess I'll just pick. I'll pick Mama B.
All right.
Shauna Bannon. Okay, next fight.
So the next one is Yano Ashmose versus Chris Duncan.
Okay.
I know the Jewish guy,
Who's that?
Yano Ashmose. I saw his last fight.
He's 7-0.
Yeah.
Okay, so you look at him. I'll look at Duncan.
It was a quick knockout in round 1 versus Sam Patterson.
Mm-hmm. And where's he from? Is he American?
He's Jewish.
Yeah, but
He's from Israel.
Israel?
Mhm.
Seriously? Okay. And this guy's from Scotland, Chris Duncan, and he's had one fight on the Contender Series. He got a KO, and then he fought on the Edwards Usman card in London, and he got a decision, split decision. So he's 10-1, 7 KOs, 1 submission, 2 decisions. I think I remember the Yanal guy too.
Mhm.
Okay, but based on that, who do you?
I would say he'll.
Oh, is this fight night is in London? It's not the Apex.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
it's in London. Okay.
So if I had to pick, I would say Yanel Ajmaz would probably win.
Yeah.
If I had to put a prediction.
All right, I'll go with that. All right, Caitlin Vieira versus Pani Kianzad. I know Caitlin Vieira is good.
Yeah.
Didn't she beat She beat She beat Holly Holm. Didn't she beat Misha Tate? Yeah, she beat Misha Tate, Holly Holm, and she lost her last fight. But I remember her being big, like big
Yeah.
for that division.
Penny Kianzad. She won a decision, so she lost the decision versus Raquel
Is it her
Pennington.
Oh, she's in.
No, she's been in
Okay.
since 2018.
Okay.
She's from
And
Sweden.
so did Caitlin Vieira. She lost her last fight to Raquel Pennington.
Uh-huh.
Shit. So, but I know Vieira. I'm gonna go with Vieira.
Me too.
Okay. All right.
Magomed Muradov versus Brian Barberina.
All right. So this way, so Barberena had a good run on like the main cards and of the pay-per-views and stuff like that. We were at the UFC in Orlando, so we saw him fight. Who did he fight there? Was it Dos Anjos? Or
Yes.
he lost
yes.
like real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lost to Dos Anjos. He lost to and then he just lost to Gunnar Nelson by submission in the first round.
Yeah.
But he was doing like he had a few good fights where he knocked out Lawler and he beat Matt Brown. What about the other guy, Muhammad?
So he lost. It looks like he used to fight at middleweight because he was scheduled to fight A-Boss Megamadov.
Oh,
He lost to Cal
Bahayo.
He got submitted by Gerald Marshall.
Oh yeah. So he's
So it
probably
looks
moving
like
down.
he's moving down.
Looks like his first fight moving down.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Barberena's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
And does this guy have any submissions? Like on his record, it looks like he does kickboxing.
Mm-hmm.
It says sambo. Let's see. He's got 3 submissions out of 25 wins.
I know
And-
Barberina's. He's not good on the ground.
No,
but
that's why I was trying to see if this guy had submissions because he got submitted real quick by Dos. Did he get submitted by Dos Anjos?
he did. Yeah.
And he got submitted by Gunnar Nelson the first round.
I'm gonna pick him to win though.
Yeah, I was looking to see if this guy has a lot of submissions. It looks like he does more.
Yeah.
He has 17 TKOs, and Barberena's pretty tough.
Yeah.
So I think he's hard to finish. So I'll go with Barberena. The
Nick
next
Parkin versus Jamal Porges.
who's it? Mick Parkin, Jamal Porges. All right, I'll go. I'll look up Parkin.
It looks like it's his first fight in the UFC.
Both 27. Who are you looking up?
Jamal Pogues. He
Alright.
was actually the one who.
Wait, I think I remember him.
You remember his last fight versus Josh Parisian?
Josh Parson. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, wasn't he
remember
like
that?
athletic? He was like doing a lot of takedowns. Yeah, 5 for 11 takedowns. Yeah, I remember he was pretty athletic heavyweight. He went 5 for 11 on takedowns.
I'm gonna pick the other guy though.
Okay, what about him? Is it his first fight?
Yeah, it's his first fight. Fighter out of England.
Where's the other guy from? Pogues.
I think he's USA. I'd have to check.
So he's traveling overseas. That's a big factor. This guy has. They're both 27. Parkin has 6 wins, 5 KOs or TKOs, and his last fight was on the Contender Series. He got a choke submission. So that was his only ever submission. All the rest are TKOs or KOs.
Yeah.
Pogues was pretty athletic. I remember. I've never seen Parkin fight. So
His opponent was terrible.
Who's? Pogues?
Yeah,
I remember he just couldn't move,
yeah.
and it was just his athleticism that
So I'm gonna
that
give
won the fight.
I'm gonna give the English guy
Alright.
the benefit of the doubt.
Alright,
Maybe they're trying to build them up.
Let's go Parkin. Yeah, could be. All right, next fight.
Mark DeKiese versus Joel Alvarez. Alright.
All right, so I know Mark DKZ, or however you say it. I remember him being pretty well rounded, like he mixes the takedowns with the strikes, and he fought Fazeev. You remember that?
Yeah, I see that.
And I remember he threw like the head kick, and Fazeev like ducked back.
Mhm.
That was like a highlight.
He lost to Michael Johnson.
Yeah. DK's he's
He
English.
got submitted by Dan Hooker.
Yeah, he's English, but yeah, I remember him being pretty well rounded. But let's see. He beat Lando Venata, he beat Joe Duffy, lost to Fazeev, Rafael Abaz lost. So he got submitted. Let's see. 4 decision losses, 2 submission losses. And then what about the other guy?
I'm gonna predict he's gonna win.
What?
He's coming off a loss versus Arman Sarukian.
Okay. Let's see. Where's he from?
Spain.
Okay. And oh yeah, loss against Arman Sarukian.
I know he has good jiu-jitsu.
But he has, so this is his first fight in over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. And then he KO'd Thiago Moises
Yeah.
before that. Oh yeah, so he's on. So he lost to Demar Ismaglayev, but that guy is good. That was in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And then he beat Joel Alvarez. Or no, he is Joel Alvarez. He beat Danilo. He beat Joe Duffy, Alexander, Thiago Moises, and then lost to Sarukian. And then that fight, it doesn't look close on the strikes and anything, but all right, we'll go with Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next fight we have Danny Roberts versus Johnny Parsons.
It's another Johnny Parsons, his first fight in UFC.
Yeah, and then he's fighting out of Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And Danny Roberts is 36, but he's got a lot of experience in the UFC.
Yeah.
His last fight was against Francisco Trinaldo. That's that like short guy, you know him?
Mm-hmm.
You know him?
Yeah.
And then he lost to Jack Della Maddalena. So he's on a 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's see. He lost to Silva, Piera. Is he on a 4-fight losing streak? Let's see. He won 2 out of his last 6. So he's lost 4 out of his last 6. And then
Yeah. He lost. I mean.
And then Johnny Parsons is 7-3. He's at Syndicate MMA. His last fight was on the Contender Series, split decision on the Contender Series. So I'm just gonna even though Roberts is on a losing streak, just off of pure experience, this guy Danny Roberts been in the UFC since 2015. Johnny Parsons got a split decision on the Contender Series. I'm gonna go with Danny Roberts.
I'm gonna go with Johnny Parsons.
Where's Danny Roberts fighting out of? He's English, so Johnny Parsons has to make the trip.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also a factor. You're gonna go with Parsons?
Yeah. The
Alright.
odds are pretty much even, almost.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, and last fight of the prelims. So this is to end the prelims. Daniel Marcos versus Davey Grant. Marcos is 14-0, undefeated. He's the younger guy, 30. Davey Grant's 37.
His first fight in UFC, Daniel Marcos.
So is he English? Where's he from? Peru? Okay. And Davey Grant, he's coming off a submission against Rafael Sunsao earlier this year. And in 2022, he had one fight, TKO against Luis Smolka. So he's on a 2-fight win streak. Then he lost to Adrian Yanez decision and Marlon Vera decision. So against Yanez, I'm looking at the strikes, not 100-98. So I don't remember if that was a close fight, but it looks like it on the cards. And then against Vera too.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably go with Daniel Marcos.
He has the age.
Yeah.
Davey Grant's been in the UFC since 2013.
Yeah.
So that's experience. Well, 2013, then he didn't fight till 2016. And he beat Cheeto in 2016. So they had a rematch. All right, so you go with Marcos?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, open up the main card. First fight, Lerone Murphy versus Joshua Coulibayo. 12-0 versus 11-1. They both have a no contest or draw. Yeah, draw. Lerone Murphy, he fights out of the UK, Manchester. His last fight was earlier this year in March. He got the decision over Gabriel Santos. I guess he was supposed to fight Nathaniel Wood at 286. Oh, and that got scrapped, and that's where, okay. And then in 2021, he picked up 2 wins. 2020, he beat Ricardo Ramos. So is he undefeated in the UFC? Oh, he got the draw against that guy. So he's undefeated in the UFC. How old is he? 31. Okay, and this is at featherweight. What about Joshua?
He's Australian, 11-1, undefeated in the UFC. It's his 3rd fight.
He's a purple belt.
Mm-hmm.
So what's his style? He's 29-31. He's got 5 TKOs, 5 decisions, 1 submission. He's coming off a submission win in February. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and he also had a draw against Charles Jourdain.
Yeah.
That's pretty close. What are the odds?
Lerone Murphy's a slight favorite.
Where do you see the odds?
DraftKings.
Oh, you're on it?
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm going to go with Murphy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Murphy too, because the UK is gonna have the momentum.
Yeah, he's gonna have the fans. He's gonna have. All right. We got Jai Herbert versus Fares Ziem. Jai Herbert, I remember him fighting in. The
UK.
Yeah, he fought against Topuria.
Yeah.
And didn't he hurt Topuria in that fight?
Yeah,
like in the
many
first
times.
round?
Many times.
Yeah, he knocked him down in the first round.
He was winning the whole entire fight until
the second round he got knocked out, and it was like a flash KO, like it was just like a 1 punch. So he was actually dominating that fight. And then I remember watching him against who else was it? Later was it? His last fight was a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. And what else did he have before that? He beat Kyle Nelson. He lost to Moicano. Lost to Trinaldo. Okay, and then
Fares Ziem. French.
has he gotten experience in the UFC?
Yeah, since 2019.
He's French, huh? I think I'm gonna give it to Jai Herbert then.
Yeah, me too.
Jai Herbert's 35. He's 26, but I'll give it to Jai Herbert. All right, next fight: Paul Craig, Andre Muniz. Paul Craig, he always just looks for the triangle or the armbar.
Andre Muniz is really good on the ground.
Yeah.
I think
Andre Muniz's last lot. Yeah, he is, but
He
Brendan
lo-
Allen submitted him.
yeah.
Oh. Brendan Allen's also good on the ground, but
But
yeah.
he was like a high level jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. So I remember that. 3rd degree black belt under Otavio Durate. So he's 33. Paul Craig's 35. So basically, this is gonna be. I mean,
He's got like all submissions.
Who,
Submitted
Muniz?
Souza, Eric Anders.
Oh yeah, I remember him. He broke
Submission.
Jacare's arm. That
Yeah.
was the one who broke Jacare's arm. Yeah, he's a beast on the ground. Eric, yeah, he submitted Eric Anders, submitted Fabinski. Okay, so how did Brendan Allen submit him? Was he tired?
It was a rear naked choke.
And was he tired or something, or he got
What?
caught? And Brendan Allen's really good on the ground
Yeah,
too.
he was doing really good. He was doing good on the feet. Both Brendan Allen was doing good on the feet, and then he submitted him.
All right, and then Paul Craig doesn't.
He
have,
must be moving down, huh?
Who?
Paul Craig is huge
He's huge.
from light heavyweight. I'm surprised he's
Oh
coming
yeah,
down.
because he was fighting Johnny
Yeah.
Walker. Yeah, so
He's
he's moving
huge.
down. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with Muniz. He's good on the ground. I think his striking's. And Paul Craig's striking is not good, right?
It's not good.
He just tries to get it to the ground and he pulls guard a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like against Jamal Hill, that was like, he just he submitted Ankalaev in the last like 10 seconds. Against Johnny Walker, he was trying to do that, and then Johnny Walker knocked him out on one leg.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Muniz.
Yeah.
Even
Paul
though-
Craig is huge. He's getting that's a big weight cut.
Even though Muniz, yeah, and that's gonna be a factor. He's cutting a ton of weight. First fight, I think Muniz is gonna have the speed advantage. So yeah, I'll go to Muniz. All right, next fight.
Next fight, Nathaniel Wood versus Andre Fili.
Nathaniel Wood, I saw him fight against Charles Sosa in London last year. It was the other Aspinall card where he was fighting Blades. I remember he had good leg kicks. He was chopping Charles Rosa's legs. He was pretty well rounded. Yeah, he was pretty well rounded.
Yeah.
He was impressive. He also beat Charles Jourdain in a decision later that year. And I think he was coming off a layoff.
Yeah.
So since he's from 2020, so since he's been back, he's on a 2-fight win streak. It's his first fight this year. Feely's good as well.
He's been in the UFC since 2013.
Yeah, he's with Team Alpha Male, I think. Yeah, he's from Team Alpha Male. I think he got a win in his last fight, but he was on a losing streak. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a win in his last fight, but against Bill Algeo, but he was on a then a draw. Then he lost to Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, he's solid. He's well rounded, but I think I'm gonna have to go with.
I'll go with Nathaniel
Wood.
He's from the UK.
Yeah, he's very well rounded too. He has good striking.
Yeah.
I'll go Nathaniel Wood. All right.
Next one, Molly McCann versus Julia Sterlenko.
Okay, so Molly McCann isn't that good. It's just her spinning elbow made her famous, and then Barstool signed her, and it was like that era with her and Patty. So
Yeah.
she had a lot of momentum. Her last fight against what was her name? The girl from New Jersey.
What's her name again?
New Jersey girl.
Yeah.
Erin
Erin
Blanchfield.
Blanchfield.
Yeah, she exposed her. She
She
went out there. She took her down.
But
She was beating her up on the ground.
I-
But Molly McCann's good for the girls
Yeah.
because she's got power.
Uh-huh.
She's got power.
and they're giving her an easy opponent, 10-8.
10-8. What is her story?
There's no story. She's just pretty bad. I think they're just giving her like
Is she in the UFC? How is she in the UFC
She's
since
in
2018?
2018.
She lost to Leah Larson, lost to Yana Santos, lost to Julia Avila,
she's lost every fight in the UFC.
and then she lost to Chelsea Chandler. She beat Jessica Rose Clark, but Jessica Rose Clark is 11-9, and she just got released.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is one of those. Wait, I remember her. Yeah, didn't she break Julia Rose Clark's arm in the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is one of those where they're just trying to make it
Yeah.
like it's the
Exciting for
co-main
the
event
fans.
too. Yeah, it's just gonna be okay. So I'm going Molly McCann. What's the odds on that?
It's Molly McCann is the favorite, 255.
Yeah, okay. All right, in the main event, Marcin Tybura, Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall, first fight back since the Blades injury, right?
Yeah.
And Yeah, he's. So we got to see what he. It was his knee,
Yeah.
so we don't know how he'll come back. He's good. He's athletic for heavyweight. He's big,
Mhm.
strong, athletic, well-rounded, good striking, fast, good on the ground. He submitted Volkov with the
Yeah.
straight armbar. That was in London, and then against Blades, he just kicked him and got hurt. What about? Oh, and he beat Sergey Spivak,
Yeah.
TKO in the first round.
Mhm.
He beat Orlovsky, submitted him. So he's undefeated
Yeah.
in the UFC as 1, 2, 3, 4, all finishes,
Mhm.
and then the Blades fight.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about Marcin Tybura?
He's 37. He's he won last two fights.
Okay, yeah, he beat Blago Ivanov, and then he beat he beat Romanov when he was undefeated,
Yeah.
and he just wore him out, and then he beat him by decision. Tybura's real good, but he lost to Volkov, and he's 37. It's not that big of a factor for heavyweight, but I think Aspinall's gonna be quicker.
I think he'll win. He's skilled, and I think he's gonna fight for a championship soon.
Yeah, I mean Tybura's. I'm looking at his record. He beat Greg Hardy. He beat Ben Rothwell.
Yeah.
He beat Walt Harris. He beat Romanov. He beat Blagojev Ivanov. But yeah, I think Tom Aspinall's younger, hungrier. He's more well-rounded, quicker, faster, stronger. Unless he makes a mistake, he has good cardio too.
Yeah.
So I don't really see how he would lose unless he makes a mistake or he doesn't come back the same from the injury. But yeah, that wraps up the card. It should be a good card in London, and we'll see how it goes, and then we'll be back for the post-fight reaction.